We have an actionable case here.
Tonight, the New York Police Department confirming they're gathering evidence to seek an arrest warrant for Harvey Weinstein, based on interviews with Boardwalk Empire actress Paz de la Huerta, who accuses Weinstein of raping her twice in 2010.
She put forth a credible and detailed narrative to us. This happened 7 years ago, and we found corroboration.
The chief of detectives said if Weinstein were in New York City right now and the assault were more recent, he would be arrested.
We would go right away and make the arrest.
The actress's lawyer telling NBC News he expects charges.
Her story is of high interest because there are features about it from the legal perspective which make it a compelling criminal case.
The Manhattan District Attorney's Office says a senior sex crimes prosecutor is assigned to this investigation, but won't comment further. Weinstein has unequivocally denied any allegations of non-consensual sex. But NBC News has confirmed there are also investigations of Weinstein underway in the Los Angeles area and London. Also in London, Metropolitan Police investigating a 2008 sexual assault. Media reports say that one surrounds actor Kevin Spacey. Spacey hasn't been seen publicly since last week. Today, NBC News spoke with someone who worked on the set of House of Cards for 2 years. The person says colleagues felt uncomfortable with Spacey's behavior and complained to superiors. Spacey routinely gave special attention to men, especially the lower-level production assistants, adding there weren't any secrets about that behavior. The production company behind the hit show acknowledged one complaint about Spacey during the first year of production, saying it was resolved promptly, with Spacey undergoing training. We are deeply troubled to learn about these new allegations that are being made to the press concerning Kevin Spacey's interaction with members of the crew of House of Cards. For now, the 6th and final season of House of Cards is on hold. As for Harvey Weinstein, the New York Police Department believes he is out of state right now. There are reports he may be in Arizona. I'm told tonight by an NYPD source, if there were a rape charge, it would be possible to seek to extradite Weinstein back to New York.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.